but we'll see.
Okay.
Oh.
Gonna take care of those bugs.
Well, I guess we'll see you guys soon.
Sam pouts and shoves Dean. And so you guys make your way up the street after saying goodbye to big tough lady.
Mother.
Mother. And so you're not going to the same pub, you're going to a different pub?
Yeah, different one.
You walk in and
Really?
you walk in there and the white dragonborn's there.
Like, shit, I can't escape.
Quick
Just
to the
so much,
next
like-
one.
Just so much like baggage is here in like with Lazira and Baskir. Just so much.
The white dragonborn shows up. Dean shows up. Pip is there. Lazira is just like, oh my god, I hate my life.
What next? Marigold shows up?
Fucking Alua for some odd reason shows up shows up in like the ice cold ocean by Baskir. It like fucking crawls her way like, hey, what's up?
Oh, can you just imagine?
That'd be a pickle.
It'd be like that whole, like, I'm not sure if you guys have ever played Persona 5 or anything like that, but it'd be like that whole, like, thing where, like, when you not accidentally, it's like when you romance all the female, like, you know, characters, and then on Valentine's Day, they just, like, all gang up on you and beat the shit out of you. That's an actual thing that happens in Persona 5. Like, if you romance all the girls, they find out that you were, like, doing that, and they beat the living crap out of you.
That's amazing.
Incredible.
Can you just imagine, though, like,
Valentine's
Lazara walks into a bar, and Deanie's there, Pip is there, Marigold is there.
And Lazara's killed herself.
Just like, I have to jump out the window.
She pulls
I
a
have to
Gunther.
go literally anywhere else.
She pulls a
Lazira just
Gunther,
takes out her
changes
gun
her
and shoots
name.
herself.
Oh, that's
So,
a
well,
bit
this is a
more
nightmare. This has to
drastic.
end right now. So, you guys head down to the other inn and tavern in town, the Flailing Raven Tap House. And the sign hanging out the front of which is a hanging wooden sign of a bird that's kind of on its back, like all like wings in the air, and like just looks like it's doing a dance number, but it's like just flailing about. That's the kind of look that it has.
Spirit animal.
Yes. As you walk inside, there are curtains made up of like sort of strings hanging from like ceiling down to floor. But the strings are wrapped around like raven feathers, and they form like these big feathery black curtains. And you walk inside, and there's a whole variety of different people sitting around and drinking and sharing stories and chatting. Couple of tables of people playing cards and playing dice games and stuff like that. It's pretty lively, actually.
That's nice.
Yeah.
So I guess we get a table.
Alrighty. So you guys head inside, find yourselves a table. Oh, are you bringing Clovis?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was actually, I was
If he
about
was,
to ask.
if he was free anyway.
Yeah. So you head on your way there, I assume. You head by the castle and pick him up to get him to tag along, and he immediately agrees because he's in the middle of a conversation with Griselda that you can see that he doesn't want to be having. And he immediately is just like, "Oh, I've got to go. This could be really important, and I really need the R&R. Bye." And then he just leaves. And Griselda is displeased.
To say the least, I'm assuming.
But he's already out the door before she can even get any words out. But he follows you there. Yeah. He follows you to the Flailing Raven, and you all head inside and have a drink. And as you head inside with him, everyone kind of turns toward you, and all of them raise their mugs like, "Way!" And there's just all this talk of, "Oh, the prince is here. Oh, good lad. He's out for a drink. I never see that. That's good. He's got a life. That's wonderful."
Aww.
And he's just kind of like, "Oh, okay, guys."
He has life. I like that comment. He has a
Yeah.
life.
He's just like us. He drinks beer.
Learn something new every day.
Yep.
I mean, it's kind of like oof, but at the same time, it's kind of wholesome because they're happy for him.
Oh, they are. The
At
whole
the same
city
time,
loves
it's just all like, oh, he's not just a shut-in. Good,
Yeah.
good for him.
him. And he's just like, oh, I am, but I'm here.
I'm
But-
right here.
You guys go and sit at your table, and almost as soon as you sit down, as soon as bum meets seat, a sort of short, chunky human man comes sliding in and stands there beside you guys, and he's got like kind of a big, lopsided, floofy hat, and he kind of looks a bit sweaty. He's got a
Oh.
big, bushy mustache, and
Please tell us you're here to take our order.
he seems to be. He has like a little parchment notepad and a little pen. He's like, so what are you having?
I was not ready.
What the
Yeah.
I wasn't
He has
ready
kind of a
either.
bulbous nose that sits above his big bushy
I was
mustache.
not ready for that.
Oh yeah,
What the fuck?
Bring me a mug of your hardest rum.
hardest
Oh my
rum.
God.
Yep.
I don't know. What do we usually go for? We just drink some.
I can get you like a pitcher of ale.
Yeah, sure.
A pitcher of ale, and he writes it down. And he looks to the prince, and the prince is like, I'll just have a water. And he
Orange
kind of like
juice?
he kind of just like looks at him, and he's like, clear water. And he writes that down. And he's like, is there a dirty water? And then like before he can even like finish that sentence, he turns to like the next person to get their order.
I don't want to pressure the prince into drinking, but at the same time, I do.
That's okay. Lazaro will do it for you. She has already taken note of this.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
good.
I'll just have like a water as well.
Okay. Clear water for you.
What?
And he turns to Gunther.
Jeffrey.
Jeff.
Jeffrey.
Jeff.
Yeah, damn, I didn't think about that.
He's like, I want a chocolate milk. With a crazy straw.
Wouldn't that be the dream?
Do you have
Anyway.
strawberry?
A glass of your warmest milk, please. And a kiss on the forehead.
Hey Nick, I have a question for you. Do they also serve food here?
They do, yes.
He asked
Okay.
for like a virgin rum and coke.
So just Coke.
So Jeffrey asks, so what do you serve to eat here?
Well, we've got mutton and beef.
Beef or chicken?
No, the chickens don't survive the climate.
Oh.
But we do have beef and mutton. And we have bread. If you want bread.
I'll take some beef and a glass of water.
Some beef and clear water. Okay. And he writes it down. And he says, if you need anything, I'm Bumbles. Just ask for me. He saunters back over toward the bar. Very speedily. Surprising for his build.
No, after he leaves, Lazarus slams her hand on the table and says, "Okay, there is way too many water. Me, Diana, and Pip can't be the only people drinking."
Well, I'm not drinking
Well,
tonight. I have
sorry.
things to do.
Yeah, we got a trip to go on tomorrow, Lazira. Remember the last time you decided to drink really heavily before a trip?
There were many times where we did that. What are you talking about?
Exactly.
Well, I mean, there are things I want to work on tonight.
Yeah, and each time was not good. You make it sound like, oh, it's fine. No.
No.
Absolutely.
No.
After a bit of time passes, Bumbles comes back and he brings you your drinks. 3 glasses of clear water for the prince, for Faye, and for Gunther. And he brings a pitcher of ale and a glass for Diana, glass for Pip. And what did Lazira order?
Your strongest
a mug
rum.
A mug of the strongest rum.
Strongest rum. Yep. And he places that down in front of Lazira. And he says, all expenses paid by the crown. And he turns around and walks away. And Clovis is like, oh, that's nice.
Oh my god.
Lazira, at this point, Lazira turns to Clovis and says, "Okay, these losers might not be drinking, but you're going to drink with us, right?"
Well, it's a loser, but last time you drank, you almost died. You drank straight up gasoline.
The last time I drank, I was fine.
What's gasoline?
No.
No,
It
the
was
thing
just
is, she
a
doesn't
couple of days
remember the
ago.
last time. She doesn't remember the last time. Oh, it was, wasn't it?
It was just a few days ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was talking about the time she got like shit-faced drunk. But
Oh, we
okay,
recall.
whatever.
Yeah,
We
know.
recall.
Yeah.
We know.
Lazira
Clovis
doesn't
also
remember,
knows.
but
Clovis
the rest
also
of us
knows
do.
about this.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like,
Yeah.
I don't know if that was
Lazira-
drunk or poison, but
Yeah. You're still not sure. You're still not sure.
I mean, by all means, I'm the loser. If I'm not gonna die, cool. Thanks.
Clovis smiles and then has a drink of his clear water, at which point he just kind of like freezes and then he puts it back down and then he swallows and you watch it go like down his throat and he says, that isn't water. That's not. It's. Oh, God. It's
what did
not
they give
Wait.
you?
Faye, take a drink of hers. I want to know what the fuck's going on.
Diana will try it.
All
or
right.
whatever.
Faye,
Smells
take a
his
drink.
glass.
Constitution saves from everybody who's Gunther. You smell. It doesn't smell like anything.
Faye just takes a drink out of hers.
Mm-hmm.
Lazira's just gonna sit here and watch this.
Oh boy.
Constitution saves from each of you.
Oh boy. I'm not drinking it though, so I don't need to do it.
Doesn't matter. Apparently, the smell's gonna get you. You're gonna get high as
Oh, wait.
shit,
Oh,
man.
Gunther, you're not drinking it. You just sort of smelled it, but you couldn't. It didn't. There's no fragrance to it. It just smells like nothing. There's no scent.
Judging from your reaction, I'll just wait and see.
So, Faye, Diana, and Clovis, all 3 of you are fine.
Okay.
It just burns going down, and you know that this is vodka.
Whoa!
It's like, oh, this really isn't water.
Yeah, no, it's vodka. It's definitely vodka.
So much for my.
It just, yeah.
Just a full glass of vodka.
I would like a water. You're like, oh wait, okay, here's the water. It comes in a bottle. Also has alcohol in it.
I was honestly
Was
about
that-
to cast
Also,
identify
there's no
on
water.
that.
Lazira takes out her notebook. She's like, "Note to self: clear water means vodka now."
Mhm.
At least yeah.
It's all like, can we get some ice cubes? And the ice cubes are just straight up fucking like,
Rappers.
yeah.
Shit.
TV stars. Fuck, that was a terrible joke. I'm sorry. So you guys sit around your drinks for a while, trying to figure this out. At which point, Bumbles comes back, and he says, "Do you want me to leave the bottle?" "I'll leave the bottle." And he puts down this clear bottle. You would assume it's like a big, tall, like water bottle you would get at a restaurant, but it says clear water across the label, and it's like very clearly like chilled vodka.
Oh my god.
Mm.
There's about a half bottle left.
You guys asked for it. Now you have to drink it.
I am not.
Christ. Jesus H. Christ.
I'll just
Very fair.
eat my beef and that's it.
He does also after that bring around Gunther's beef dish that he ordered, and it's like a nice steak with like some.
It's drowning
some
in
salad.
red wine.
Oh yeah, no, it's fine. There's a little bit of red wine in it, but it's a really nice steak with like some
when you cook alcohol,
leafy
it burns
greens
the
by the
alcohol
side.
anyway.
Anyway, you guys enjoy your drinks and meal. For those of you who are drinking, like actually drinking, Constitution saves.
Let's do it.
Oh,
Nailed it!
Oh my god! Why is it every time we're out drinking, you always roll a nat 1? It's always when we're out drinking too. It's hilarious.
The prince continues drinking his drink, and then he pours himself another and continues drinking.
Oh, Jesus.
Diana, you're feeling a healthy buzz, but you're feeling pretty good. You can see that the prince is a little bit fuck-eyed, but he's,
No.
yeah. Lazira also is like it hits you pretty quick. Like it's been a good while since you've had a proper drink.
Oh, God.
Like you
That didn't kill you.
whole mug of their hardiest rum.
Diana makes a mental note to drop by the apothecary in the morning to just buy some remedy stuff.
Just in case.
At least someone is going to need it, so yeah. By someone I mean probably Clovis.
Yeah. So you guys get evidently turnt.
Nice.
Getting ye old crunk. And enjoy your drinks and food for the rest of the night. Is there anything else that you guys wanted to do while you're out drinking?
Well, what
Anything you wanted to
is
say?
everyone like doing, or what is Pip doing? He's been quiet.
Pip is drinking as. Oh, thank you for reminding me of Pip. Excellent. Pip is also getting pretty plastered.
Jesus Christ.
Enjoying his drinks and having fun going out with his friends.
Did the brothers eventually come, or?
I was about to say that. Yes, they do. They do eventually show up and kind of like sneak into the other end of the table, like as far from Lazira as possible. And you get the sense that, go on.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say, like, you get the sense that it was more Sam's doing than Dean's. Like, he's forced Dean to come along by, like, guilting him into it pretty heavily.
Diana is very happy that they've changed, like, hey! She waves at them.
Despite this, Lazira just in her drunkenness just kind of leans over the table and she kind of points at them and says, Hey, I'm totally happy that you guys showed up.
Dean is visibly sweating. Like,
God.
it's like Lazira has like crazy like warlock powers, and she's like pointing at him like point blank. He's like, she could kill me. She could do it right now. This is it. This is how it's gonna happen.
Somebody help me.
Faye just like slides one of like the clear waters over to the brothers, just like, you'll need this.
And
You
they're like, oh, thank you.
You can also have mine.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, you can also have mine too.
Faye passes hers over to Dean and Gunther his over to Sam, and they both have a drink, and they're just like, okay, that's not water.
Oh my god.
The prince kind of leans over to Diana and he goes, so these friends of yours?
Yeah, they're my friends.
That's nice.
Yeah, she introduces. She's so pissed. She introduces them to the prince, drunkenly, of course. And she begins explaining to Clovis that, oh, you know, these are like my demon hunter friends. They got me into like the demon hunting thing, and like she's just talking about like
Okay.
all that stuff now.
Okay. And he like extends a hand for a handshake toward you, and then he swings around toward them to give them the handshake. And he says, Prince Clovis, kill him. Kill. I'm the prince. And then he gives him like a handshake. In his sweeping motion, however, he has knocked his like now finished glass of clear water clean of the table and sent it across the room. He hasn't noticed at all.
Oh my god.
So he gives them a handshake and he turns back around and he's like, you took my drink. It's gone.
Oh my god.
He's just like, man, that Bucky of a guy, he's pretty quick. He's really fast. I wouldn't expect that. He's just kind of little and kind of chunky.
Oh god.
He seems real sleepy.
Oh, that's cute.
Oh, he's a cute drunk.
And
She just kind of begins like rambling about like the demon hunting stuff. I'm like,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, like Dean told me how to use like a crossbow. He's so good with his, like blah blah blah.
yeah, and he was like, "Oh, that's really cool." And Dean's like, "Yeah, it was good. It was good fun." And then he smacks Clovis on the back and like nearly sends him off his chair. And Dean has to be like, "No, Jesus," and catch him and like sit him back up. He's like, "Man, this guy's kind of a bit of a lightweight, hey?" And Clovis is like, "Yeah, I don't have all the muscle that you're adventuring guys you have."
That's okay. You wouldn't want to be an adventurer guy. They're kind of losers.
He kind of laughs and he says, "Sire, you're an adventuring person."
No. You know, he's just a big loser.
Oh, you adventuring people are really funny.
Oh my god.
And Pip is just kind of like, well, I mean, I'm kind of an adventuring guy, and I'm not a big loser. Like I'm pretty good, right? In terms of Lazara, he's like, right?
Lazara laughs and pats Pip on the back, and she says, "You're not an adventuring person."
So mean.
That's
Oh,
brutal.
no.
He's like, oh
Like,
yeah,
like,
I'm a bounty hunter. I'm not an adventure. You're right.
Exactly.
You're pretty
So-
close though. I'm pretty close.
Besides, you're a lot better than this guy.
No, he's just like, oh, he gets all bashful. He's like, thank you. And Dean's just like, what the fuck, man? Like, I just sat down. Like,
You just said that he's already getting torn in two.
Dean, and she begins telling the story of how fucking Clovis just earlier today completely like wiped the floor of his Pip into
and Clovis just kind of shakes his head and waves his hands. No, it was pretty close. Pip's pretty good with his sword. That sounded real silly. He's
Oh my
a good
goodness.
sword fighter. That's what I meant. That's what I meant to say. Not that he's good with his sword. That's another thing entirely. That's not what I meant to say. He's like, who took my glass? He turns around, looks around the room.
Oh my god.
It's pretty fucked.
Oh, I feel like that would
Lazara just kind of laughs and says, "But you know who's not good with their sword?" She doesn't say anything else. That's all she says.
And Clovis just kind of like blinks one eye at a time, and he's like, "Who's not?" You didn't say who.
Oh, I know.
It's like another adventure joke. Okay. Got it.
Oh, I feel like this goes like over Diana's hedges completely.
Yeah.
She's just no idea they're talking about dicks.
Oh. Roll a for those interested in the prince's state. Roll an insight check.
Nailed it.
I mean, it makes sense. She's shit-faced drunk.
That's very fair. Yes.
Lazar just doesn't care.
Yep. So everyone except for Lazario, because you're pretty plastered, knows full well Prince, your boy, he's not going to remember shit in the morning.
Jesus
He's had like a
Christ.
few like full glasses of vodka, and he doesn't drink. And it's honestly
Actually,
quite
this makes
surprising that he's keeping it all down.
This actually makes a lot of sense if it's just like Diana, Faye, and Gunther, because of the fact that they were the last ones to see him like really shit-faced drunk last time
Yep.
too. So,
Mhm.
yep.
Oh yeah, it's happening. It's happening.
Oh,
Bless his little soul.
Hmm?
Bless his little soul.
he tries. He wanted to be one of the cool kids. Also, that's what he got served, so I mean.
Also, that's what he got served. He was given that, and then he drank some, and he's like, "Well,
Yes.
okay, this is me then." Wee.
Yes, for it. You know what? There's a lot of stressful shit going on in his life right now. He needs to go out for a drink.
Yeah,
He needed it.
he seems pretty happy and cheerful and joyful. He's enjoying this. He's having a fun time. This is probably exactly what he needed.
Mm.
So,
Maybe right now would be a good moment to ask. So, the other day I first arrived at Vasquez. Nate at the SSO told us that they've been having a little problem. Mm-hmm.
Clovis kind of like he tries real hard to think. He tries real hard, and then he goes,
Oh my god.
Yeah, Griselda tried to hide that from me. She tried to hide it, but I found out, and yeah, there's someone vandalism. That's what we're calling it, vandalism. It's porn. Someone's drawing porn, and he says it aloud, and the rest of the pub like turns and looks at him like, "What the fuck?"
Someone's been drawing dicks. I said that out of character, by the way.
It'd be better. It would be really funny if Gunther said it in character, like it was dicks.
Yeah. She told us that somebody been complaining like to you guys about that.
Yeah, there's people that came in and complained, like people with kids and stuff. They went to see the girl. Oh look, there's magic. You're good at magic. And there's people having sex. There's just drawings everywhere. And so they took the kids away, and they came to us, and they were pretty upset. I thought it was really funny.
It's the greatest vandalism ever. Like really, who doesn't like porn just plastered all over the walls?
Just free porn every morning.
I mean, usually you got to pay for that. He says, "But we thought of investigated, figure it out. They want to keep it they will keep it in the guild, internal. They want to, so that they don't have a lot of people talking about it. You know, if we get the guards to investigate, guards might talk to other people, and then everyone knows there's been boobies at the guild and all that stuff."
Boobies at the guild.
Boobies at the guild.
You got too many prudes here.
Yes, that's like you said, too many prudes. And he looks around the room, and he kind of gives everyone like a glare. But it's like
Oh my god.
it's like a playful glare, but then the rest of the people in the tavern are like, What's going on with the prince? Is he okay? Why is he pissed at us? And he's like, I'm kidding. The rest of the townsfolk are really good. Really good. Good people.
Lazira leans over the table and points to Dean and says, "You should get that guy to do it. He's good for completely menial tasks like that."
Oh my god.
He's just like, I mean, listen, if you want to pay me a really small fee to go and look at boobs all day, I will do it. I accept your challenge. I'll do this. And Sam just kind of like nods next to him. He's like, "It's true. I've seen him do it."
He'll do it. I've seen him.
In fact, if you bargain down with him, I'm sure he'll do it for free. And Dean continues nodding like, "Yeah, it's true. I'll do it for free."
He just, yep.
What a loser.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my god.
What a loser. Jesus.
Oh shit. Oh, I'm trying to think of more things to make small talk about.
So the prince asks Dean, like, so you taught her everything she knows about hunting demons. And Dean's like, well, I taught her a lot of stuff, but like she learned some of it from Simon and other people in the guild and yeah, other people that were part of the guild. But also Diana does a lot of research and reading and stuff of her own, so she's really clever. And he gives you a thumbs up. And Clovis is like, yeah, it's just really clever as reading. I like reading. And he's like, yeah, that's good, kid. That's good. You should keep doing that. He's like, yeah. He's just kind of like bleary-eyed and like sheepish. Like his eyelids look heavy and they're kind of half down. And he's halfway checked out. So it might be time to take him home soon. Not quite yet, but
it's soonish.
You're getting there, yeah. Maybe once he gets a walk out in the brisk air outside rather than being in the half-warmed
I feel like there was
pub.
something else I wanted to talk about.
Like wake him up a bit more.
How about you guys?
As
How
Jake
late is
tries
it?
to think of more brutal zingers for Dean.
How late would it be?
Right now we're getting pretty late. It's getting to like 9.
Okay, well,
9-ish.
Make that sound late.
Well,
Jeffrey
in
will
the north it is.
Jeffrey will excuse himself and say he's got business to do, so he's gonna go and wishes everyone a good night.
Clovis shoots his arm up to wave at you, and then, like, as he's doing so, like, throws an elbow into the side of Dean's head and says, "Hey, bye." He doesn't feel it. Like, Clovis doesn't feel it in the slightest because he's pretty numb right now. Dean feels it. Dean feels his bony elbow crack him in the temple and, like, almost send his head toppling off his shoulders.
Lazira's laughing.
Yeah, he just rubs his face like, Jesus, kid. I mean, I'm not going to say anything because you're the prince, but damn.
Well, I can't remember what the other thing was, but I think at this point, Diana just kind of remembers from earlier, and she leans over to Clovis and she whispers, like, did you know that people are, like gossiping about stuff? Like
What are people gossiping about?
like you and me.
About me?
Like me,
Well,
you.
like you as well? What are they saying?
He's so
Diana, you are dating the prince.
Yeah, but that doesn't give them the right to talk about it.
What are they saying?
I don't know. I just know they're talking.
I'm sure it's good, like good thing. The people of the city are nice. And he turns around and he's like, "Aren't you?" And then the rest of the pub is just like they all just like lift their mugs. They're like, "Hey!" And he's like, yeah, they're good people.
Oh my god.
Nice. They wouldn't say anything mean.
Lazara says, why don't you ask Mr. Gossip Pants over there? He's the one that told her.
Who's gossip?
And she points at Dean.
Yeah. Clovis like turns to his right. Dean's sitting right beside him. And he like turns to his right, looks at Dean, and he looks down. He looks back up. He's like, he's wearing brown pants, not gossip pants.
Oh my god.
It's an adventure joke. It's a adventure joke. I got it.
He's not going to remember anything, is he?
No, not a damn thing. He's like, so what's the gossip? Gossip, yeah. What are they saying? And Dean, he's like, well, it is good things. It's just, people are saying it's nice that you are together, and it's good that there's someone that's strong and tough with the prince in case he gets into trouble, and not that you can't take care of yourself, but and he's like, oh, the Diana's better at fighting than me. And he's like, well, I mean, yeah, that's kind of what people are saying, but also people are just, they're just kind of saying that it's nice that you are together, and it's nice that there's someone that's gonna keep the family lineage going, that kind of thing.
Lazara points at him and says, is that all that they're saying? Don't lie to me. I have a bit of magic.
You see him like look back at Lazara and start sweating.
I have the magic. Holy shit.
And he says, well, they're not saying anything mean about you being a tiefling or anything like that. They're just kind of talking about what if the next heir is a tiefling, and is that do they have to change anything for that, or is that gonna be fine? Everyone's saying it's gonna be fine. We're a pretty varied group of people in the north. People, that's fine. We don't really care, but there are some people that are like, oh, they've been humans, and that's kind of what it should stay as. And I don't know. Some people are dumb, but I think the people who here really, really like Diana. Clover's like, yeah, Diana's really good, the best. And you can see that he's barely keeping his eyes open at this point. The eyes are more closed than they are open. Occasionally he'll open them up and look around the room and smile. But he's pretty sleepy. But yeah, Dean says, yeah, it's mostly just positive things.
Diana got lost at the point where he started talking about hairs. She was like,
yeah.
She's like, we're gonna what?
Keep it on the family lineage. You're like, I don't know what that means, but sure. I can draw lines.
She was like, yeah, that's fine. She just rolls with it.
Yeah. I'm good at drawing lines. I have an approximate knowledge of many things.
You can just use a ruler.
Oh, it's a royalty joke. Oh, a ruler like a king. 18d10 damage for Gunther.
No.
Oh my god.
Can I give him disadvantage on a save?
It's okay. Jeffrey left already anyway, so he didn't see.
He's running.
He's gone.
As a meteor strikes him in the street.
What is Faye up to, by the way?
What is Faye up to?
Just been watching this whole thing transpiring, to be honest. Just sitting there, Just like she's drinking the vodka, but very slowly. She's like, "Oh, I'm not getting drunk, but this is hilarious."
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Pip is sitting next to you and also just kind of watching everything go down. And he's also enjoying the show. Yeah.
I'm just all like, I kind of lean over to Pip, and I'm like, okay, $20 that I bet you 20 gold that Clovis is the one that pass out first.
Pip's just like, Like, he just squints and like looks at Clovis's state where he's just like blinking one eye at a time and like just kind of he's kind of looking about the room sheepishly smiling and looks at everyone else who's laughing and having a good time and he's like, okay.
Like it takes him a while to decide.
But I'm gonna bet you that it's anyone else at the table that's gonna pass out before him.
No, that's cheating, Pip. You can't do that. That's cheating.
Well, that's alright.
Where's that cheating? Look at him. And you see the prince, and he's just kind of swaying. Like, I think it's pretty fair.
You can't just pick everyone. That's cheating.
He knows it's a losing battle.
What if that? And then like Faye, like she's like, look, there's like what if that old man over there just drops dead? That's like unfair.
No, like anyone else at our table, as this table.
I mean, there's only like 3.
Yeah, but like anyone at our table.
I mean, it's possible.
Do you want to be the one being put to sleep? Because I can arrange that.
And he kind of like scoots away slightly.
I put an arm around him. It's like, it's fine. I'm kidding.
Okay.
Relax, baby brother. He's like, I'm not a baby.
Relax, baby brother. But remember, I could crush you like twig.
I could smash your head like sparrows in between my thighs.
Between powerful muscle thighs.
Oh my god.
That moment when you realize Faye has had a Russian accent.
Yeah, this entire time, like, it's now canon.
This is actually how Faye.
I mean, we don't canonically know. Well, actually, like, canonically, I don't know what elves, like, what their accent is. It could totally be Russian for all we know. But
yeah,
I'll be honest. I've headcanon this whole time that Lazira has an Italian accent. So.
Oh, what accent?
Italian.
Italian.
Hey,
that's just kind of how I've imagined like elves what their accent would be like. So that's what I've imagined.
Actually, I've always imagined elves like more like a French accent.
A French accent.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, French. Because if you think about it, like they have like this like mentality that's like very similar to like how French people are, and like whenever I've actually heard.
I feel attacked.
I'm just kidding.
And my husband's like, what the fuck, guys? Like, excuse you. I am not racist.
Man, the surprise you guys are going to get when you arrive at the Elvish village and everyone's like, hello, governor!
No, but like, I've actually like from just what I've heard, like, and say, like, I mean, this isn't like a D&D canon, but like in Tolkien, like, like in Lord of the Rings, how they speak, it just kind of reminds me a little bit of like French or even German in a way. So I've always imagined like Elvish being like Elvish accents being more akin to like French or German, maybe even Swedish, like Dutch.
Yeah.
Ja.
Ja.
Da.
These 3 elves, yeah. The elves. So you guys, you spend some time at the tavern, a little bit longer until it gets to a point where Clovis indeed is just. He's just kind of like slumped forward and he's just asleep.
Faye leans her hand over to Pip like, pay up.
Pip sighs and then like begrudgingly gives you 20 gold.
Yay! I'm adding it. Yeah.
Okay. I guess at this point, Diana decides like, okay, she's taking him home. So she begins like rubbing his back to wake him up.
He blearily looks up at you. He's like, "Oh, hi, hey," and he leans over to you and he says, "I think someone took my glass."
Oh my god, save him.
Save this
So
boy.
you help him to his feet and help him out the door. He's a bit stumbly and wobbly, but he can still walk.
Lazara's like, well, if everyone else is going, I'm going to.
Okay.
Just really quick, if we're all leaving, as soon as Faye fucking leaves the bar, she just grabs like a big pile of snow, makes like a big old snowball, and like chucks it at Pip's head.
Roll 1d20 plus your dex plus your proficiency bonus.
Oh my god. Okay, so what was it? 1d20 plus my dex, which
Plus
is
your proficiency bonus as well.
okay, and my proficiency bonus, which is oh my god, hold on.
Oh,
Hold on. Hold on. Oh, 4 and 4. Oh, so plus 8. Wow. Okay. He dead. And watch me roll like fucking that one.
That'd be hilarious.
Oh, nailed it.
Oh, so close to net 1.
I know.
Imagine
I had
you
to
could-
jinx it.
Imagine you could have missed and hit someone else.
That's probably what fucking happened.
So you hook this at him, and he just kind of like ducks down, like real quick ducks, and then stands right back up. And he points at you and he's like, ha! But as he stands back up, he keeps going back. Excellent. And he stands up too quick and he keeps like falling back, and he's like, ha! And like the pointing out hand keeps going up as the rest of him falls back. And as he's falling back, you hurl the other one.
We
And it
stopped to
catches
watch
him-
this, by the way.
Hey?
We stopped to watch this happen.
Oh
by the
yeah,
way.
of course. And it catches him like right in the chin, and you just see snow explode up above him, and he just drops to the ground, like boof, into the snow by the side of the road.
Faye's just like on the like fucking ground, like laughing, just like losing her shit.
It's hilarious. He's not moving.
Faye goes
Very-
over. Faye goes over. And she just like taps him on the cheek.
No response.
Very
Oh,
drunken
shit.
Lazara walks over and offers him a hand up.
He's out. He's out cold.
He's out cold. He is unconscious right now.
Faye just like slumps him onto his shoulder.
Yeah.
Just like okay.
Dan,
Help
I
him
need
up to his. You help him up to like drag him back to safety.
Is she carrying him like the deer?
Oh shit.
Faye just like when she like lifts him up, she's gonna like put her hands up and like check his pulse real quick. Just like, is he alive? Did I actually
He's-
kill my own brother?
You didn't kill him. He's alive. He's just
Okay.
and once you slump him over you, like you can hear him snoring. Like
Oh
he's
my god.
he's finished.
You just put him
out.
to bed. You did-
Dana
It's
looks over
okay.
to Clovis and she says, "He's resting."
He's resting.
You didn't tell him you'd put him to sleep.
I wasn't kidding. Like,
Aw.
too bad no one heard it because then she'd be like, I wasn't kidding when I said I would put him to
Fuck.
sleep. Just like,
Just real sinister. Natural 20 intimidation. So you help him to safety, to the palace, and as like Diana, you have like Clovis like wrapped around you and like helping him to like the palace as well, and you realize how difficult it is being someone who's Diana's height,
5'2".
moving someone who's his height, like
Peter just dragging
full
on the
foot
ground.
taller than him, and like just trying to like get him along with his feet just dragging and kicking up snow as he walks and laughing and like leaning all of his body weight on you and stuff. it's just really awkward because you don't want to like hurt him while you're like carrying him along. You get to the
I'm sure she's having fun anyway, to be honest.
you get to the castle, and you like the guards open the door, and you see inside for but a moment. You see inside through the door in the main hall. Griselda's pointing at one of the guards, and she's yelling at him, and she's demanding that he go and track down the prince and bring him home. And she can't.
Oh my god!
The king's not well, and we can't have the prince running off and getting himself killed. And blah 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 blah. And the guard's trying to reassure her, like, I'm sure that he's still within the city. Like, he's safe in the city. Like, he's.
Before anything else happens, what level do I have to be to cast invisibility on more than one person?
On more than one person?
Or I guess I could just do it twice. No, wait, no,
it's concentration. Is there at higher levels?
Yes. I just have to cast it at third level, which I do have spell slots for. So
Okay.
I'm just
God.
I'm just before she notices, I'm just gonna make both of us invisible.
Okay.
And I'm gonna
Oh
drag
my
him to
God.
his room.
All right. So you help, like, walk him inside. You turn you both invisible. Like, both of them vanish. And the guards kind of like look at each other and have a bit of a chuckle. And you walk inside, sort of carefully. A roll stealth with disadvantage. Oof.
Oof.
That's still a 10? What? Okay. So you're... Hang on a sec. Okay, so you're walking through. You just turn that corner to go to your room, to Clovis's room. And as you're doing so, roll a perception check real quick. Excellent. You keep a good eye on Griselda as you're moving the prince by, and he's kind of like...
I love how the guards saw this and they were like, nice.
Yeah, I mean, they're all about the prince. And you, like, she's their boss, but, like, they care about the prince and they like him more. He's a better boss. So you see her kind of, like, look at the floor behind you, and then her eyes kind of follow and look, like, where you are, roughly. And it's at this point that you turn around and look behind you, and you realize that you and the prince have been tracking in snow on your feet. So there's just been these snowy footprints leading halfway down the hall. And she's like...
It's a ghost!
And, like, you're standing there with, like, the prince, like one arm over your shoulder. And he's just like, you're both, like, looking at Griselda, and he's like...
Has he noticed he's gone invisible? No.
But roll an insight check.
Oh god.
Excellent. You can tell that he's convinced, for whatever reason, that if you stay perfectly still and quiet, he can't see you. Like a T-Rex.
Oh my god.
And she thinks, well, I don't know, maybe gnomes smoke like that?
He shrugs, and he starts walking again and, like, stumbling along, like, one hand on the wall. And you can see him leaving more footprints. And then Griselda comes running over, like...
Oh my god.
Thank you, I did not expect this.
Was that intentional?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like a T-Rex. But she comes, like, her little legs carrying her as fast as they can, comes skittering over,
She's waddling.
and she looks at the prince again, and she's just like squinting as she looks up in the area, and she starts reaching out at you and Clovis. I'll get you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Can I instead Misty Step us away?
I don't know if you can teleport more than one person with Misty Step, can
I've
you?
done it before.
Yeah?
You
She's
done with
had
the dog?
plenty of.
Yeah.
With the dog.
And with
That's
people
right.
too, I'm pretty sure.
Sure. So you grab Clovis and Nightcrawler style just teleport.
Jesus.
And you hear like the creak of the bed as you both land on his bed in his room. He's like,
Oh wow, this got saucy fast.
Oh my god.
Mission
He's
Impossible
just like-
stuff.
he's just like, shh. And then he just starts laughing. You're both invisible, but you both kind of have this like transparent outline around each other.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you can, that's how your invisibility
Yeah,
works. If you recall, like if you want someone to be able to see you, they can see a transparent line of you. And both of you are just kind of transparently laughing.
Transparently that.
Transparently laughing.
Has he realized, has he sunk in that he's invisible and Diana's invisible?
Roll an insight check. Yeah, he's figured it out.
Oh, okay.
It was about the time that he teleported and he saw like he kind of like realized that you were both like transparent. He could see through you. That he was just like, oh,
Maybe that's why he's laughing.
that's why she couldn't see us, and that's why he's laughing. The rest of you at the door to the place, you see like as they went in, you saw like the footprints. And you saw after they turned the corner and started walking around the hall, you see Griselda turn and like look at the footprints and then look at them and then go, and then like go skittering over in her little gnomish legs. And then that's the last you saw of them. You can go in and head left toward the guest rooms if you wish.
Oh my god.
Lazira's actually gonna walk in and follow Griselda and just be like, man, I love the magic footprints.
Oh my god.
Roll. Okay. So what do you mean by that exactly? You know what? It doesn't matter. I'm just going to have you roll deception.
Lazira actually was referring to Diana. She just to Diana.
Griselda like looks up at you. She's wearing like her nightie and like her little sleeping cap, which is all kind of like a baby blue color. And she looks up at you, but it has like it has like on the chest sort of pocket, the pouch, it has like the royal symbol on it. And she's kind of squinting up at you, and she's like, "Oh, so it was you? Okay." And then she kind of walks away, but she's still kind of looking at you. It was like,
Where's the prince?
yes.
Okay.
And she-
Okay. Well, have fun, little short old lady.
Oh no.
She turns around and glares. And then she turns back to the guards and she snaps her fingers and she says, "Find the prince." And the guards salute and then they go walking out. Roll a deception
the ones
check.
that just saw us?
Yeah. No, not the ones at the front door, but the
okay,
ones
okay,
inside.
okay.
Lyra, roll a perception check real quick.
Okay.
Excellent.
Nailed it.
You see, as the guards going past, like they have like a serious face as they go past Griselda, but as soon as they pass her, their faces are red and they're trying so hard not to laugh. They're trying so hard because they saw everything. They were just like standing there facing the door. They saw the whole thing. And they're just, they're dying.
At this point, Lazira grins and she says, "What are you talking about? Clovis has been in his room this whole."
The guards are just like, are they?
Oh, this is why they like Diana, probably.
Oh, 100%. 100%. And you, Griselda just like, what? And then she goes skittering down the hall toward his room. And she immediately turns the handle and opens the door. Are you guys visible yet?
Yeah, probably. She would have made the spell.
Okay, once you're in the room. And
They're
she
probably
opens
still
the door.
laughing about it, like
And yeah, you two are just sitting there on the bed laughing.
You
And
two
then-
are having sex. If I would have known, I would have put my book down.
Exactly.
God, I love that so much. But there, the prince is just kind of like laughing. He looks over at Griselda, and then he just kind of waves sheepishly, and she's just like, "What the fuck?" Like, she walks in and she's like, "I looked in here for you 3 times over the last couple of hours." He's like, "You mustn't have looked very hard, huh?" And then he continues laughing. And Griselda just kind of like gives a defeated sigh, and she's like, "Go to bed." And then she turns around and leaves the room, closes the door behind her, and the prince just laughs.
We've never seen him laugh this much.
Oh yeah, he's like, "This is the best. This is the best."
As she returns, Lazara's just grinning and says, "See, what did I tell you?"
She just kind of like mumbles something under her breath, like, "Oh, sorry."
Do I hear what it is?
Roll perception check. Ooh, not quite. It's mumbled under her breath, and you can't quite catch it. But you understand for sure that it was something like Zyra. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Anyway, she goes off to bed in her quarters, and you all have your rooms here in the palace as well.
Mhm.
So you all get some rest and rest up well for the morning.
I want to point out that like Diana sticks around until Clovis drops, which I assume doesn't take very long.
Oh no, he kind of like lays down in bed and like chats with you for a while, and then he's out.
Yeah, so
Just
when
gone.
he does, she just kind of like rolls him over on his side.
Yeah.
Because she knows.
Yep.
And she just kind of passes out in there as well.
Okay, so you like roll him into like the recovery position.
Yeah.
And then you roll over and get
Yeah.
some sleep yourself.
Can you imagine the prince just die by choking on his own vomit? That would be like the worst way to go.
Bruh,
That'd be
that'd be the
awful.
worst.
Yeah, look, Diana knows he's really plastered, so it's like, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Just...
I'm not going to let him go out like a rock star. That's not what he does.
Especially like when the king is dying like this, that would not be good.
Yeah, no, that'd be terrible. What is Jeffrey doing once he's in his little guest room?
Basically, he's just going to continue working on his project. He's been really looking forward to continuing his work on it.
Okay, go ahead and roll your check.
There it is.
Very good.
Nice.
Yeah, you're able to finish off tailoring this scarf to have the effect that you wanted with your runes. There's a special sequence you had to put on either end of it to sort of link it all together. And
That's why I left it blank spaces.
Yeah, best you can tell, it functions.
I want to try it out.
All right. So you wrap it around your face and you scream.
Okay, good.
And just nothing comes out. It's dead quiet.
I want to try something else too, and as I will cast minor illusion about 20 feet away from me if it's possible. Is there enough space in that room for that?
Yeah.
Well, I'll do it just away from me, and I'll cast a sound like a knocking sound on the floor or something. Do I hear it? Or do I not hear it?
While you have the scarf wrapped around your mouth?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can hear it.
Cool. And yeah, I chose this spell because it doesn't have a vocal component for it. Haha.
Yeah. Yay.
Yeah, it works.
Oh, that's clever. I get it. Anyway, yes, you have your scarf that you know what you wanted to name it.
Oh yeah.
So you have that all complete. That is working and good to go.
Neato.
Yeah.
I'm gonna write down some notes for that.
Good.
But yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to do.
Yep. Did anyone else want to do anything before sleep?
Lazara's gonna barge into Gunther's room.
Okay.
What?
Zara goes barging into Gunther's room.
Oh god.
And as she walks in, she says, Gunther, I really need to know if I can borrow that ring.
You see him sitting there with like a scarf wrapped around his face.
Oh my god.
He takes off the scarf because he can't speak right now.
Yeah.
And he says,
This is gonna be
you
pretty
seem
fun.
really drunk. Maybe we should talk about this in the morning.
And I need time. If you're gonna let me borrow it, I need to attune to it before we leave.
Yeah, I know. I mean, okay, what's the worst thing that could happen, really? And alright, I'll trust you, but you better return it.
You say
Don't
this to
worry,
like
I'll get it.
completely like drunk Lazira.
I'll give it back to you after we're done talking to the dragon. Don't worry.
Sorry, your voice is cutting a bit. What did you say?
Oh, I said, I'll give it back to you when we're done talking to the dragon. Don't worry about it.
Alright, I better not die in the meantime. Or you better not die in the meantime either.
So you hand Lazira the ring.
I
You're
lend
like,
it
all right,
to
so
her.
make sure you give me that ring back. And she's like, what ring? It's gone.
Jesus.
I mean,
Laza-
look,
Just to make sure she doesn't lose it, I'll put it on her finger myself.
Okay.
Oh my god, are they getting married?
Carefully put this ring on Lazira's finger to make sure that it doesn't go missing.
Is
And
the door wide open? Am I seeing this?
Faye walks
I
in
mean,
and
she
Gunther-
barged
No,
open the door and let her in.
Congratulations, you two!
She's just borrowing my mind.
Lazira just looks down at her hand and looks over at Gunther, and she's like, not in a million years.
No, indeed, never.
So neither of you is sure which one is more offended. But you put the ring on, and Lazira, the ring is kind of like a looser fit, but then it like shrinks to fit your finger like a perfect fit. And kind of just, yeah, it's equipped. So make sure you write it down that Lazira
Yes.
has that ring.
Yeah, I actually have.
If it's not on your sheet, then it's gone.
Well, the thing is, I
Right.
have this external sheet linked on my actual inventory on Roll20, and it's a spreadsheet, and I actually highlighted it in red to say that I lent it to someone,
Excellent.
and I'll remember who. Because I actually put a note on it.
So Lazira starts leaving the room, and as she closes the door, she says, "By the way, if you do die, I hope you realize you can't do anything about it." And then she just shuts the door and leaves.
I mean, it's not like I didn't. It's not like I wouldn't know that.
to be fair, if like something were to go wrong in there and like the dragon attack you, odds are all of you would die anyway. So there would be no one to take the ring and save you. So it doesn't matter.
Jesus.
Well,
it's true. It's true.
at that point, whoever ends up in the ring would probably just be in the Green Dragon's horde for the rest of eternity.
Yeah.
Yeah, really
Yikes,
unfortunate.
yikes. Nope. Yikes.
Anyway, back to the funnies. Everyone is drunk.
After Lazara, just like, if you die, no one can help you. And then you walk out, and then it's like, and I stumble up the hallway.
Went stone cold sober for like 0.02 seconds.
Just looks at him like, if it dies, it dies. Oh, beautiful. Anyway, Lazara, you head back to your room and go barging into your own room. You're like, hey, me. Oh, wait, I'm me. And then you go to sleep. And Gunther, you put your scarf back on and just kind of sit there for a while.
Shit.
It was just like, feels naked.
This scarf will keep my finger warm through this harsh winter.
Oh my god. How is everyone doing in the morning though?
So, in the morning,
Can I say that like before like Faye like puts Pip to bed, she like draws like cat whiskers on his face while he's just passed the fuck out drunk.
Awesome.
absolutely.
Please do this.
Yeah. What do I have to roll? Can I just use my painter's tools on it?
Sure.
Let's do it. I want to see how bad. Oh.
Oh
There's
wow.
So
no
you
fault.
draw like one like black eye over his black eye, and you draw like the whiskers and like the little cat nose and everything. Like it's beautiful. And you leave him to sleep. And in the morning, I'll get a Constitution save from all those that were drinking.
Oops.
heavily. We'll
Okay,
use the first
13.
one. Yep. Okay.
Diana's like, I'm fine.
She didn't get that drunk, so I mean, fair.
All right. So everyone pulls up okay. Everyone's feeling good. Surprising. However, the prince, like, he's not like just sitting there like throwing up, but he has a hell of a hangover, and he doesn't remember a damn thing.
It just wakes up like, what?
Yeah, he wakes up and he's got like a splitting headache. And he turns to his right, and Diana's in his bed, and he's like, "What?" And he kind of like carefully shakes you awake, and you wake up and roll over and look at the prince, and he looks a little bit red in the face and a little bit like shaken, and he's like, "What happened last night?"
Oh, we went out drinking.
Okay, what happened after that?
He asks us, he's like fully clothed.
Yeah.
He's fully
He
clothed.
is,
She's fully
but-
clothed.
He's so sad.
Well, you got pretty drunk.
Right.
Most of us did.
Okay.
And then I help you back home. And Richter Solar nearly catches us. But
No, he catches us.
sneaking in.
Oh, okay. Okay, go on.
But I have a few magic tricks up my sleeve, so it was fine.
Okay.
She really nearly does, though. And then I brought you here, and we went to bed.
We went to bed. And that was all.
Yeah.
Okay. Good morning. And he gives you a peck on the cheek, and then he goes to like wash his face to wake up and hopefully be rid of this headache.
She asks him how he's doing, you know.
Not good. He gives you like this gurgle, like this low gurgle of a groan as he walks out the door.
That's fair.
So you get ready and get dressed, put your armor and stuff on. All of you get ready to face the day. Pip's already waiting in the foyer, giving his like short sword a few swings and like warming up. The guards are just kind of watching him, making sure that he doesn't go swinging his sword at anyone.
Lazara, she after she gets out of bed, she walks in and she sees this and she just kind of looks at him and says like, "What's up, pussycat?"
Oh my god, did he not notice?
He looks at you and he's just like, "What?" The guards are all smiling. They're all like, they have like a thing that they have to do where they have to try and like keep like a stern composure. If they're inside the palace, they have to be serious at all times. But these guys are like, yeah.
She just smiles and says, nothing. Just you know, you seem to be. I'm trying to think of another cat pun.
Light on your feet. Like you're full of 9 lives.
Jesus.
You're just looking perfect today.
He kind of goes a little red, and he's like, "Oh, thanks." And he kind of swings his sword a few more times, trying to show off and perform.
Lazara chuckles and says, "Go look in the mirror."
He's like, "Oh, no, thank you." And then he walks out the door. No. He does. He returns to the his quarters where he goes and looks in the vanity. And you hear him call out like, "What the hell?" Like, down the hall.
Meanwhile, Faye's like in her room, just like reading a book, just like she hears this, she's like, "Up."
Yep, she's putting her armor on and getting ready to hop through the window. But he returns to the main foyer, and he goes to Lazara, and he's like, "Who in the 9 hells did this to my face?"
Is anyone else out there at this point?
Up to you guys if you want to be out there.
Okay.
Lazara thinks for a moment and says, "Well, Dai, Clovis, and Gunther are accounted for, so that leaves your sister."
He's just like, "Nah, Faye wouldn't do that. It's got to be one of the guards."
Faye walks out.
Why would the guards have done that?
I don't know. They're real shady. And he kind of like glares at one of them. And the guy's just like, "What the fuck, dude?"
Faye walks out of her room, like just unfazed. She like doesn't even look at like Pip. She's all like, "Did you have a good cat nap last night?"
And he just turns and he's just like, "Yeah."
And then she starts sprinting out of there.
He gives chase right after you. Like the two of them just go sprinting out the front entrance of the palace. And as they
glad
do,
to see we're off to a great start.
Yeah, as they do, Clovis is walking by past Lazara and sees the two of them go sprinting out the front. And he's walking back down the hall, and he's got like a little white aspirin kind of tablet, and he's got like his water, and he's like, "So, what's going on? Someone dying?"
Lazara pats Clovis on the back and says, "I hope you had a good sleep."
Yep. And then he drops the tablet into the water, and it sort of seltzers up and fizzes, and he's just like, "I'm hoping that I can sleep again sometime soon." And he just takes a drink, and he's just like, "Oh," and then continues down the hall to his room. So, after you guys have properly recovered, you all meet up together in the main foyer after Pip thinks that he's lost Faye, and Faye thinks that she's lost Pip, rather, and returns to the palace soon after Pip arrives, and he's just like, "Why I order?"
He like does that, like, what's that one meme where the guy is like standing and like the guy who plays Aquaman is like slowly like coming after him.
Yeah, creeping up behind.
Yeah.
Fuck. Good old Jason Momoa. He's a funny dude. But you head inside and all meet up together, ready to pack up and get a move on.
Okay.
So you guys got everything you need?
I believe I do.
Yeah, I think we should be okay.
Dynamics I know to remind Lazara that if by any chance you run into Captain Marigold, it might be a good idea to deal with,
the rat in the cellar?
Yeah. I'll let her deal with him if we see her again.
Yeah, because it's been a while, and I don't like that he's still there.
I mean, if he starves to death down there, he probably did it.
True. I'm sure that Eris and Simon also don't like that he's still down there.
Yeah.
And Lazarus just kind of scratches the back of her head and she says, so I guess if you don't hear from us in a couple weeks, buckle up.
Oh, guys, don't say that.
Don't worry, we'll be fine.
Just be smart about things.
Don't worry, I'm smart.
Everyone collectively looks into the camera like it's the motherfucking office.
Oh, fuck.
And then you see that Lazara actually has 18 intelligence.
Well, do keep us updated on anything, really. Faye can do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Yeah, send your magic text.
Straight into your
Slide into
head.
your DM.
Just text
Magic
straight
text
to your
me
brain.
Magic text me straight when you get home.
Like, please text me. Concerneth.
Please.
Message me back.
So, you guys make your way back toward the SSO guild. Those of you that are teleporting out of there, back to Passage. Diana, you're staying back with the prince?
Yep.
Okay. The remainder of you, you head down to the SSO guild and walk inside. And as you do, Nate is just like cramming pages into the trash.
Oh no.
And she turns around and you can see like her hair's all like ragged and loose and she's looking up at you. And then she kind of like pulls her hair back and like straightens herself up. She's like, good morning.
Good morning.
Failed again.
Yeah.
What are you cramming in your desk?
Nothing. And then she just like kicks the bin like underneath the desk and like into the shadows.
I mean, you would know though. Chloe's like.
No,
very...
I mean, I just see her like shoving papers. I'm like, the fuck is she shoving papers for? Like, the fuck?
Roll an insight check.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Give me a second. I have a kitty cat in my arms. It's oh.
The kitty cat helps.
He
so-
jumped when I rolled the dice. He heard it. He jumped.
He's a lucky cat.
Buddy. So 23. Yeah, so you know that she's jamming pornographic images into the bin so that nobody sees them. Cramming them into the trash.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Like,
That's a
Concernicus.
hardcore prank.
Yeah. There's a bunch of them too.
Oh my
It's not
god.
just one. Like there's like probably about 10.
What?
And they're like detailed.
Who has the time?
that's the mystery. Who has the time?
Fuck.
Amazing.
After that, Lazara says, "I promise we'll be back to help with that soon, but we've got official business to be on."
She just kind of whispers like, "Thank you. I'll teleport you wherever you need to go."
Back to Passage.
Okay.
Please don't push a dragonborn on us.
Oh, don't worry. He's already back there. It's fine.
Yeah, but is there another one in here? Please tell me
No.
that you're not going to put. Okay.
No, there isn't. That's fine. You want a tiefling? We got a couple of those. It's funny because she. So, anyway, you guys head atop the circle, and she warps you away. But before she does, she says, "Please come back soon," and then off you guys go. With a flash, you arrive in the passage SSO Guild, and you step out into the main guild hall, and it's pretty empty right now.
Oh.
Oh,
Hmm.
is there anyone?
There are a couple of like the younger students and stuff like that just studying, like quietly away in the corner by the bookshelves and that sort of thing. There's no sign of Nessie or Dossier.
Did she run off into the streets being followed by him?
She finally killed him.
She's on the
Carrying
run.
body as we speak.
She's on the
She's
run.
just like shoveling a grave like out near the sea hag's lair.
Oh my god.
No,
Because
he's
there's
alive.
like my mentor, my only friend.
Silent introspection. But yeah, no, their odds are they're okay. They're just kind of Nessie's finally resting, and Dossier's probably off studying in his room.
That would make sense, actually.
You guys make your way back to the scabbard, and Pip will gather his belongings together for the trip ahead, since he's only wearing like winter gear. He's like, yeah, I'm just gonna quickly head back home, get changed, bring a change of clothes for the journey there and back. So you guys head back to the scabbard and start preparing to leave. Are you doing anything in passage before you go?
Was there anything?
I don't have any plan.
I didn't have anything planned either for that, so I think I'm pretty much set. Got my equipment, got my potions.
No, I don't think I really have anything to do. And whatever I do need to get done before we get to the Dragon's Lair, I can do it like when we're at camp. So it's fine.
Okay.
The only thing is I do have to approach Eris right before we leave for the
Oh
thing.
yeah. Get your magical disguise on.
Yeah.
My double D boobies. I'm kidding.
Just like the drawings.
She gives you like
so
bigger boobs even this time. Like
What?
she gives her like bigger boobs even
Like-
this time
Oh.
around. It's like
Like just oh my god. How do you even
Size
handle
of
these?
video.
So you guys head back to the guild and organize with Eris to change your appearance.
There's also
And-
the subject on the
And the voice, yeah.
the voice.
And Eris seems kind of sleep deprived, but in an Eris kind of way. Like she still seems fine on the outside, but she seems like she's yawning a lot and she's real sleepy. And
I
you
mean,
get the sense that maybe she stayed up all night, like finishing this spell.
to be fair, she's also pregnant. That would be a thing
Yeah.
that
Oh,
happens
yeah.
to her.
Oh
Hmm.
yeah.
Oh, she's not like late game pregnant. She's
Oh
like
no, it
early
doesn't
pregnant.
matter. It's early game stuff.
Oh yeah,
fuck
no, my sister.
that.
Yeah, actually, you know what's funny is that my sister, who's currently pregnant, she says that she actually sleeps really good right now. Like that's because she used to have really bad insomnia, and she sleeps really good now. Like she hasn't even finished her first trimester, and she's
Yeah,
like
it's
sleeping
one
like
of
a
those
baby.
super early like pregnancy symptoms. Is just being sleepy all the time.
Mhm.
Fuck that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anyway, same though. So you you go and see Eris, and she smiles at you.
Like what kind of smile? Like her air smile, or is this like?
Her normal Eris smile, not her
Okay.
Eris, I know your secret smile. Hello?
Uh.
Are we still here? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, she just kind of smiles at you, like awaiting what you were going to ask her.
Oh, like me. I'm sorry. I thought
Yeah.
someone else. Okay, I am so sorry.
No, it's okay.
I'm spacing out. Yeah, Faye just like approaches her and she's like, "Well, I guess it's I was. Did you finish the those spells that I asked for and everything?"
Aye, you tell me.
What the fuck?
Ah, it sounds like it worked.
Holy shit!
I did not expect this voice.
Is Simone here? How does he feel about this?
Simone's not present right now. Not in this room.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Heirs of a dwarven accent. I love this.
I just want to say, out of character, my sleep is getting to me, and I swear I thought,
You what?
You thought what, sorry?
Your voice.
Yeah.
and I
What?
swear I thought I was going insane for a second.
What am I listening to? This isn't Eris. Hang on, what's happening?
It's the new Eris.
Also, that was like one of the very few times Faye has like sworn. She's like, "Oh, what the
But she says, "Aye, it took a bit of practice, but we got there in the end."
Oh my god. Nick, really quick, out of character.
Mm-hmm.
Is this the accent that she picked for Faye?
You don't know.
You don't know? Okay, when we get to it, I need to know what accent it is because next session when we're
Honestly,
playing, I'm going to try and attempt to actually speak in that accent. Just saying.
Whatever accent you're most comfortable trying out, do that. I'm not going to make you do any accent. Just anything you're most comfortable with. That's going to be.
I want to try mainly because like I thought it'd be funny, and second of all, I want to try actually practicing different voices.
Okay.
So yeah.
Very good. Very good.
Good.
Oh. Anyway, so she says, "Well, when you're ready to go, just let me know, and I will get you sorted out there."
I think. And I look at the rest of the party, and I'm like, "Are we about ready to go, or?"
I've got nothing planned.
I want to leave as soon as possible.
I'm as ready as ever.
All right.
Okay.
Change me.
I'll certainly try. And then she claps her hands together and reaches out and then just kind of like pokes your throat. And you feel this sort of like zap in your vocal cords. And you have a different voice. And it's at that same time that she snaps her fingers and runs her hand over like about a half foot away from your body, like from head to toe. Over the top of you, and it's just like a flush of color, like you change your entire being. There's the long black hair, the flowing black hair, the breasts, of course, because it's Eris.
It's Eris.
And
How big are they, though?
They're not like ridiculous. Like it's
no, but
She's like a C cup.
like a BC,
yeah. Like they was like a very small B at the beginning, so probably like
let's go a C. Yeah.
Yes. I like how we're trying to like figure out how big are her breasts now.
Welcome to Dungeons and Dragons, where we try to figure out breast size frequently. That's just a thing. Anyway, the skin tone as well is like lighter than usual, and it's quite different. The eyes are kind of like an emerald green, I believe we decided.
Yeah.
Everything's quite different. The beauty mark is still on the cheek.
Faye
there is a beauty mark on the cheek.
Faye just kind of like rubs her throat. She says, "Ow, that very hurts." I'm trying to do a Russian accent. That very hurts. You could at least warn me next time. Actually, that came
Oh.
out more German. I'm sorry. I'm trying to do a Russian.
Whichever one
decided
you're
to go
doing, it's great, and I love it.
Yeah. Anything is good.
Edis, that very hurt. You should really warn people next time you do that.
I'm sorry, dear. I did not expect the pain from the zap.
Oh, ouch. And
So,
she looks.
she says, "I now with your disguise complete, you should be on your way."
I do believe that is the case. Ah, jeez, that really hurts.
So, Eris says, it's creeping in. She says, "Well, do take care on your journey." And then she hands you an extra vial, like a little thin vial. She hands it to Faye. It's kind of like a clear blue, like a light blue kind of liquid. She says, "Just be sure to drink this once you're about done with the voice, and it'll reset you back to normal."
It's not going to make my voice different again, is it? Like I'm not going to like wake up and like.
Oh no, dear, that's just normal. Back to the way it usually is.
Like I'm not gonna wake up and like have like a southern accent, am I?
Oh no.
Okay. Okay.
I certainly hope
Amazing.
This is
But
fantastic.
she hands you this vial of light blue liquid. It just looks like water with like a drip of like light blue food coloring in it. Essentially, just this light blue water.
That's all it is.
Surprise! You're stuck like this. No, yeah, you tuck it away in a pocket so that you have it ready to go. And Eris says, if you lose this one, just return to me and I'll whip you up another."
Will do. Will do.
Terrific. And then she takes out another vial and kind of like with her teeth uncorks it, and then just knocks it back, and swallows it, and takes the cork out of her teeth, sticks it back in the bottle, puts it away. And she says, "Oh, well, that's good fun. I rather enjoy this spell."
Really, Eris, you really should find a better way of performing that spell because that very hurt. That really hurt very, very much. Ow.
Oh, you'll be fine, dear.
Ugh.
No pain, no gain.
Just gargle something. And not the vial I just gave you, but something else.
I'm very scared what you are implying.
Oh, I think I know. You know exactly what.
I said I didn't know.
like
I said
water.
that I was scared.
So, you guys prepare to get a move on. Is there anything you want to do in Passage before you leave?
Give fair identity.
Oh, yes. The fake identity you prepared, yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
should we wait till Pip gets here, or
I think it's
do
gonna
you
be
want to
funny.
do it now?
I think it's gonna be funnier if he's not there.
Oh, okay.
But we could wait for him.
Okay.
I personally do not want to get hit on by my brother. Just saying.
Yeah, because you better believe that's exactly what I was going to have happen.
Like, no, thank you.
Yeah, I'll wait.
She will yeah, nope.
All right. So, soon after, Pip arrives. And he's ready to go. He's got like a travel pack on him. And he's got his horse waiting outside. And he says, "So, who's the new girl?"
Well, this is your sister.
Hello.
Okay.
It's a disguise.
He's like,
He's trying to determine what you mean.
This is Faye.
Look, it's magic stuff.
Oh. And he's looking at you like he's not entirely certain that he trusts the two of them.
Pip, do you want me to tell everyone the story of why everyone?
So,
Faye,
Okay, what's the story?
No, there is no story. We should get going.
I think it'd be a very good story. Yeah, no. Piper, it's a funny story.
What? Lazara says, "Why don't you tell us on the way there?"
I will.
Oh, good.
Before we
Oh,
leave,
good.
though,
2 days of travel, followed by 2 days back.
before we leave, though, I should probably give you your identity for the trip.
Oh shit.
What's up?
Sorry, the jack kind of popped, so I didn't hear you. So I was like, oh, this is something I actually have to hear. So
it's kind of a big deal.
Important. So
no big deal. It's just my fake identity.
So, good to hand you all of your papers.
I'll actually say that out loud because everyone needs to know because it's important that this group knows. Okay, so your name will be Magnolia Greensbrewer, and your
Wait, say again.
I made up names I can't pronounce. I'm sorry.
You made up names you can't pronounce.
Magnolia.
Great.
Last name.
Yeah.
Magnolia Greensbrewer. Greensbrewer.
Have fun with that. Anyway, your background is that you're a herbalist. You're from a city from the south, whichever you want. You heard some interesting stuff about ingredients you could find in the Greenwood, and that's why you're going there. And we are going with you as your hired help. If you're asked why we're with you.
Good old Maggie.
Good old Maggie.
Good old Maggie.
That works too.
Well, I guess that's a very convincing story. If everyone is okay with that.
Oh, it doesn't matter if they're okay with it. That's the story.
Because there's like that is the
like,
story.
no, that's what I wrote.
No
Fine.
I mean,
Points a knife at them.
I mean, you can make changes if you want, but
No. I think it worked very well. Just everyone got it. I am a
does Faye mean it?
Yes,
Yeah.
she means it. You can't tell with the accent, but she means it.
Okay.
Everyone's all like, "What the fuck is she saying?"
I
I meant to do Russian, but at this point, it's German. I think
I
it's
worked
German.
really hard on this
How
for like
about-
5 minutes.
Ukrainian even. That's totally fine. So you see Pip open the door for you. He's like, my liege. He bows to allow you to walk through.
Faye just like eyes him, and then she like flips her hair. She's like, "I know." The spell only like changed her changed her appearance, but somehow changed her whole like like she believes this. She's this whole identity now. Like I am. You are my hired help.
She's into the character. Excellent.
So-
She's getting extremely meta.
She feels superior.
Lacey playing a character who's playing a character. I love it. So,
one thing Faye's gonna do, she's gonna turn to the party and she says, I know that we are supposed to be leaving about now, but I do believe that it may be smart if I go pick out another horse. The reason for that being is my horse, Artax, though a very, very trusty steed, it is from Ilfiend, and it may seem suspicious if someone were to notice my horse.
that's a
Obviously.
very
That's
good
a
point.
smart idea.
You could probably use Diana's.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Diana's
yeah.
here at the game.
That's right.
Hey. Very good.
Hey.
Okay. Well, that's sorted.
Yep.
So you guys hop upon your steeds.
My good old
And-
Maxwell. That's his
Bounty
name.
is Diana's horse, by the way.
Bounty.
Bounty.
Also, Nick, real quick, is Pip's horse, is that like the same horse he brought from like Ilfine, and if I know it or not, or
Yeah, that's his
Yeah?
his same horse.
what's its name?
Monty.
Monty. Okay. Faye does like approach Monty, and she obviously, like, Monty's probably not gonna recognize her right off the bat, but she's gonna like go, "Oh, Monty, it's been so long," and she goes to like pet his I almost said muzzle.
Okay.
Yes.
The horse kind of looks at you like, "What the fuck? Who are you?"
Like any horse would.
You'll probably be able
Yeah.
to smell her after a while, though.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so you guys are heading northwest out of Passage.
Mhm.
Where are you stopping for the night? In Derndarum? Or do you
Yeah,
want
that's
to, like,
probably
go a little bit
It's
further and stop on the
halfway.
road? It is like halfway, yeah.
Yeah.
So there and then there. Okay. So you guys take your first day trekking over there. And once you arrive, you see that this place is immediately much, much bigger than it used to be.
Wow.
Nice.
I'm not sure if anyone heard how I said that.
I heard
Wow.
that.
I said wow.
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 Like, how's the city faring now?
We change your accent again, and it's like, wow.
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 Oh, wow.
Wow. Wow.
So once you arrive here, there are there's kind of like more of the housing built up, like more people can settle there, and there are humans and goblins working together on building more houses and buildings.
Aw.
That being said, the goblins and the humans aren't exactly like best friends. They're not like, "Hey, we're good buddies. Hey, let's just chat while we're building these houses." It's more like, "All right, let's get this out of the way with, so we can live in these houses and you can live in yours and leave us alone." So there's still a bit of friction between the factions, but
hey, it's working
but
out.
it's working so far. So yes.
Seems like they
Um,
got things under control.
Yeah, and it's getting into sort of the evening. Like, these guys that are on these construction sites are sort of packing up and getting ready to go home. And you guys make your way through town. A couple of goblins recognize you. A couple of humans recognize you. They kind of give you a
The
nod
village
of the head
people.
and tip of the hat. Yeah, the village people recognize you. God damn you. Yes, she's going to be punished this session.
I mean, I made an awful pun earlier too, so I deserve it.
Surprise, beholder.
No.
We get to the dragon and chomps
Just
Gunther.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
instant.
immediately Gunther
Okay.
is killed. The end. Roll a new character.
Rip.
So you approach the Dernda Rum, I believe the name was. The name of the tavern and inn in town.
I
I
remember.
forgot the name of it.
Yeah, the Dernda Rum.
With a U.
Like, you can see that it's the Dernda Rum tavern and inn. But like someone's like scratched over the O to make it a U. And so it's Dernda Rum. So you head inside and you see that same goblin from last time as the proprietor. He's kind of like cleaning a dirty glass as there's goblins and humans like sitting on opposite sides of the room, enjoying their drinks and occasionally looking over at one another.
It's okay. They will learn to get along, and it'll be lovely.
So you guys head into the inn. and we are going to have to take a little break as we.
Are you super hungry?
Yeah, I'm pretty hungry.
Oh, okay.
You almost died
Well, I
of
mean,
a food
dinner's
coma
already-
earlier.
It is really late
Okay, that's
for
fine, that's fine.
it is really late for me though.
Do you guys want to call it a session there then, or and we'll pick it up next time as you enter the Dernda Rum?
I mean, if it's not a weird place to end it.
No, I mean,
I don't know. How do you guys feel? I mean, I really am not even part of this, so it's up to all of you.
yeah.
I'm good with whatever, so I guess Jake, you're our deal breaker.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Okay. Well, we'll call an end to the session there, and then we'll pick it up next time.
Sounds good. Sorry
Okay.
about that. I'm really tired, and I got some work to do
That's okay.
tomorrow.
That's okay. We just had like dinner called on us, and we're like, well, here we go.
No
So-
worries. So stop the recording.